We're filming today, but first we gotta get our coffee. So I've been using this handy cam for a while. I actually stopped using it for a long time because whenever I would take the battery out, it would reset the entire camera, and I would have to go over all the settings, turn off the beep, whatever. But recently I found the cable that I needed to charge it the old-fashioned way through the little port over here, and ever since that I never need to take out the battery anymore. It doesn't beep anymore because I never take the battery out, and I just use this so much. So yeah, expect to see a lot more footage coming out of this guy soon. But anyways, welcome back to the vlog. Today we're gonna jump into opinion territory for the first time. I'm going to be answering the question of, does gear matter, and what I recommend for beginner vloggers. But before we dive in, let's clear out the quest log.
What's up, JB's vlog? It's the month of November.
5,
Right
6, 7. How you doing?
Recording?
Yeah, it's recording.
Okay. What's up, guys? Welcome to another vlog to jajo.life. And today we're setting up for a big event called EVM Cup. Hope we win. See you guys there.
All right, guys. So, does gear matter? In my opinion, I like to think about it in two ways. Number one, the vlogs, and number two, client work, freelancing, so on and so forth. Everything that falls into the creative project side of things. And when it comes to vlogging, I don't think gear matters. But when it comes to client work, I think gear matters to an extent. Let me explain why. So when it comes to vlogging, you guys know by now that I like to use the Sony a7C II or the Sony ZV-E1, which is what we're filming on right now. And I used to be the kind of guy who thought gear mattered in every single scenario. But when it comes to vlogging, if you watched episode 4 of the vlog, you would know that I have dialed in my vlog setup over time. I have bought gear, I have sold gear, and I have refined it in a way that makes the most sense to me. And in doing so, the number one thing that I learned is that for vlogging, gear doesn't matter. And I say that because when it comes to vlogging, I feel like you just need to press record and film whatever is happening in front of you. And in the monthly recap videos, that's exactly what it is. It's just my daily life filmed at whatever. Yeah. When you guys see the monthly recap videos, it's really just me pointing my camera and hitting record. There's a whole other topic too on that where it comes to lens types with your vlogging cameras. There's these things called prime lenses. It's just one focal length. It doesn't change in any way. So this is just a 16. And then there's also zoom lenses like this one, a 24 to 70. It goes all the way from 24, it starts at 24, goes all the way to 70. But at the end of the day, I found that I prefer prime lenses for vlogging only because it's one less thing for me to think about. When it comes to vlogging, I like to just hit record and not even think about any settings. So that's even true to my frame rates, my shutter speed. The only thing I'm changing honestly when I'm vlogging is my ISO. It's either one base ISO or another one. And yeah, you don't necessarily need the best gear to vlog. You just need something that can hit record. Now, when it comes to client work, I think gear matters to an extent, but not in the way that many people may think. I have a cinema lens here, and then I have a cinema line camera here. People think you need this whole thing in order to do client work, or maybe you need a big lens, or you need a big rig, which is what I showed off previously, and I'll include some clips here. But that is somewhat true. I think what matters most when you're trying to do client work or storytelling is not necessarily the camera body itself, but more so your focal length, your lighting, and your sound. Those three things contribute to overall story, and different lighting, different sound design, different focal lengths help to portray different emotions. There's been a few projects lately for church that I've done, some events that I've filmed, so on and so forth. And I have done those events using the A7C II and the ZV-E1. Both cameras are things that people wouldn't necessarily consider as professional, but once you start getting into the territory of rigging things up, then everything looks like a quote-unquote cinema camera build. But long story short, for all of this, for vlogging, I don't think gear matters. For client work, I think gear matters to an extent, but not in the way that everyone thinks, in that I need the latest and greatest camera body to do so. Alright guys, it is November 6th today, which means holiday drinks are back at Starbucks. If you don't know, the caramel brulee latte is my favorite drink ever at Starbucks, and for the past, I don't know, since college actually, I have not missed getting a caramel brulee latte on the first day release. So, we are gonna go get one right now on the way to work, and yeah. And then can I do a grande caramel brulee latte? Hot, please. Drink secured.
So cute. Good, how are you? Of course, enjoy it. In your restaurant, it's gonna be really
All right, everyone. So the next topic we're going to discuss today is what I recommend for beginner vloggers. And to answer the question very simply, I say anything that presses record. You know, it's such a loaded question, I would say, because there's so many different cameras and so many different opinions. So starting from no budget to having money, I would say if you have no budget but you want to vlog, I recommend, and I say this almost every vlog episode I feel, is your phone. There's a few videos that I've posted on my socials that I have filmed on an iPhone, and I think it is very, very good. And to prove a point, I'll even film the next episode, my talking heads and all that stuff. I'll use my phone to further prove that point. Moving on, where you have somewhat of a budget, I would say an action camera. I used to vlog on the DJI Osmo Action 4. I know there's the 5 and the 6 now. The action cameras are under $500, so those are great options as well. They are they're very stable, they're very small. The action cameras are probably half the size of this DJI mic mini case. And those cameras as well can take a beating. You can throw it in the dirt, you can take it in the water. You don't have to worry about those getting dinged up. They're still going to function perfectly fine. Moving up the line, these are cameras right under $1,000. I used to use the ZV-1, and I also have and still use occasionally the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. With the Pocket 3, it acts as a gimbal already, so you don't have to worry about unstable footage if that's what you're into. The ZV-1 is Sony's vlog camera. That one can take photos and videos. Image quality on that is also very well done. Moving up to people who do have money, I would next say the Sony a6700 with the Sigma 10 to 18 or the Sigma 18 to 50. That camera setup is something that I used to use before I went full frame, but the image quality on that camera too is very good. And if you also want to get your feet wet into client work or freelancing, that is also a good setup that I personally used in order to do freelancing gigs and event recap videos before I even had full frame cameras. There was a point in time where everyone was buying the FX3 and I was still shooting on the A6500. So we made it. Now we're moving into people who have money to spend, I guess you could say. I would recommend the Sony a7C II and then the Sony ZV-E1. It all depends on what you're trying to do. If you are a hybrid shooter, I would recommend the A7C II because this takes phenomenal photos as well as videos. If you're video centered, I would say get the Sony ZV-E1, which is what we're filming with right now. Again, I said it in the last episode, I believe. It has the same sensor as the FX3, which is a lot of people's holy grail almost. Kind of debatable now because the Nikon ZR, the Lumix cameras, all that stuff. But yeah, I think the Sony ZV-E1 is also a very great choice. It is a very small and compact camera. I usually have it with the cage on, but I'll show you guys what it looks like with the cage off. It's actually a very small package. So I would recommend that. And as far as lenses go, I would recommend the Tamron 17 to 28. There is the new version, the 16 to 30. Or I would recommend something like the Sony 24 to 50, the Sony 16mm. I would say you honestly just need one lens if you're trying to vlog. At the end of the day, I really think that when it comes to vlogging, you just need something that can document your life. Whether it's your phone, whether it's a dedicated camera, an action camera, a handy cam. I know the younger generation, I filmed an event recently and 50% of that room had digicams on them filming and taking pictures. So honestly, at the end of the day, you just need something that can hit record. Story is far more superior than camera, I think. Story beats image quality any day, in my opinion. And yeah.
Welcome to the November vlog. What's good in November?
So before we close out today's episode, I just want to talk about a new series that I started on Instagram called Chase Vibes Not Views. And it's my way of inspiring others to do the thing, whatever the thing is for you. I also use it as a way to practice talking in front of the camera. When I film these vlogs, if you notice, sometimes I'm looking over here or sometimes I'm looking over there and I'm not looking at you guys or at the camera. And so it's my way of practicing that skill set. And yeah, when I say inspire others to do the thing, whatever the thing is. It really is that. For example, I hear people saying, oh, I want to start doing this and I want to start posting that, and they ask me, how do you do it? And I just tell them to just do it. Don't worry about what others are going to say. Don't worry about what other people are going to think when you post these things, whether or not the videos pop off or whether or not your thing does great or not. It doesn't necessarily matter too much for others. What matters is the feeling it has for you, and being able to just have that good feeling that you were able to put your best foot forward and to just do it, right? So yeah, I also hear a lot of people saying that I should niche down into specific things, but no, I'm not gonna do that, because at the end of the day, I like to post for fun. And if you look at my Instagram, for example, there's a wide range of things on there. There's like sports, there's monthly recaps, there's dance videos, there's just a whole lot of things, and I find fun in doing all of these different things. I like to practice my craft in filming, in dancing, and all of these other things. So yeah, I'm not niching down anytime soon. But with that, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Let's look at all the foods, the drinks, etc. that we have been eating and drinking since the last time we posted a vlog. Peace out, guys.